Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So you are back for episode 4 of Max's Gut Choice? I can't remember what number we're on. It will be down in the title below. And I will, of course, put the whole complete playlist in my description box if you want to go back and see previous episodes as well. Now, some of you might be scratching your heads going, Manfa, what on earth is Max's Gut Choice? Well, let me briefly explain. So, Mike bought me this bag here for my birthday and it arrived a little bit late. And what is inside are lots of these tiny little bonbons. They are mirror handcrafts, all different colours. There are about 60 of them. They are 100% acrylic, a DK or lightweight 3. They are all 10 grams. They have 22 yards or 20 meters. That varies. Made in China. Wash up to 30 degrees. Do not tumble, do not iron, do not bleach. Dry clean using P. And they recommend a 3.75 to 4.5 millimeter needle and a 4.5 to a 5.5 millimeter hook. Now, like I said, there are about 60 of these, all different colours, and I had no clue what I was going to do with them. They were on my Amazon wish list. He bought it for me, but I didn't actually have a plan for it. I just wanted it. So when they arrived, I thought, what can I do? So I took one of the bonbons out of the bag. I obviously chose this magenta fuchsia pink and I started having a little play around with it and I managed to get a square from this bonbon. Now it did take 2 or 3 attempts to get a square that was a reasonable size, but after a lot of playing around I managed it. Now these squares are 4 rounds of traditional granny using double crochets. US terminology, guys. I know I'm from the UK, but I prefer US. So 4 rounds of your traditional granny clusters. I then did another round using half double crochets in the granny clusters. And then finally I did a row of single crochets with a single chain 2 single in the corners. So 4 rounds of double crochet granny clusters, a round of half double crochet granny clusters, and a final round of singles. And the reason why I put that final round of singles is that every square will have the same number of stitches. And if I was to join them together, it would mean that I would be able to do that slightly easier. Now, I did say to you last week that I'm toying with the idea of copying Crafty Moo Sarah. She has bought some jute gift bags and she is sewing her granny squares onto these jute bags and going to be gifting them. And I think that I have fallen in love with that idea. I have bought some jute bags. I now just need to make the squares to stick onto them. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to be sewing them on or gluing them on. I haven't got to that stage. Now, like I said, this was the original square that I was playing around with. Max comes into it because other podcasters have involved their loved ones, family, friends, whoever, in some of the projects that they make, and I thought I would really love to do that myself. So my gorgeous little boy Max has agreed that he would be the one to secretly dive into this bag and choose the colours without me knowing. He can also pick 1, 2, or 3 balls at a time. And that is how Max is participating. And now you're going, so what about the gut? Well, it is Max's gut choice. He listens to his gut and he picks the colours that he feels. But also, as a child, I had a metal dustbin in my family. And in that metal dustbin, we kept all of our hats, gloves, and scarves for the winter season. And I would say to my mum, where's my hat? She would say, go check gut, because gut is another name for a stomach. And he was always stuffed full. So he got the nickname Gutt. This is not the original Gutt, but this was gifted to me by my mum a couple of Christmases ago. I have such a sentimental attachment to a metal bin from my childhood. Go figure. I think that means Manfa's got issues, but that's okay. So when I received this for Christmas, I knew that I had to incorporate it on the channel somehow. So between Mike buying me the bonbons and Max choosing the bonbons secretly without me knowing and stuffing them in Gutt, Max's Gutt choice was created. Now, he always does it without me seeing. I never know how many he's put in there, and I never know what colours he has chosen. Now, in the first episode, Max chose this bright orange and bright green. In the next episode, he picked this darker turquoisey blue, a lovely dark red, and a baby pink. And then in the next episode, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So actually, we're on episode number 5. The next episode, he picked this gorgeous pale baby blue and this gorgeous mint green. And then last week, he went easy on me and he picked just one, and it was another mint green, the same colour as the mint green from before. And if you watched last week, you will know that I played Yarn Chicken live on video, because not only am I going to be revealing Max's Gutt choice, I then sit here and chat with you, making these squares live on video. So I'm going to bring the camera down just a smidgy bit, getting ready for when I'm going to be making my squares. But there is nothing else to do but to see what Max's Gutt choice is for this week. Are you ready? I have not peeked. I don't ever want to spoil surprises for myself. I want to reveal at the same time and see it at the same time as you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, it's 3! Ah! Oh my good gravy. Okay, so let's get the bonbons out. Oh, it's gonna be a long one today, guys. I reckon you should pause here, go grab a drink, grab a project, a snack if you want it, because we are going to be here for quite some time. Now, there is a gorgeous bright yellow. Love it. There is a gorgeous lavender purple. And there is the same pink, the magenta fuchsia pink, as the square that I experimented with right at the beginning of creating this segment. So I think I'm going to start with the yellow because I want some bright sunshininess in my life. And all of these squares I have made using my 5.5mm dots. So we better get cracking, guys. That's 3. He gave me such an easy ride of it last week with just one. Oh my gosh. Like I said, this is going to be quite a long video now. So if you need to pause and go and get yourself situated, go and do that. Now, I will see how time goes. If it starts to get a little bit too long, then I will pause and just come back and show you the progress that I have made, because I don't know if I can keep talking that long either. I find the more vloggy, chatty style videos really difficult, because there isn't a lot that goes on in Manfa's life to really talk about or be of interest, to be honest with you. Yeah, I find that side of things really tricky. I never know what you guys want to know about, what you want to talk about, so just waffle about nothing, and then I feel really bad because I feel like you're going to get bored, you'll get disinterested and click off. It's a weird thing that someone's inner voice does to them, I can tell you. I'm loving this bright yellow though. We haven't had a yellow yet. So I have done my first round, just connecting. Okay, pull that magic ring shut. Now, the reason why I have been so undecisive about what to make with these granny squares is because the quality of this yarn is really yuck, guys. It's not nice at all. Another thing that I have been finding while we have been doing this is sometimes bonbons have a lot less on them than others, and I've had to play yarn chicken quite a bit. So we shall see how this goes. I'm hoping it goes fairly quickly and simply, because there have been some flub ups, to be perfectly honest with you, but at least it shows real life. I am in no way, shape, or form an expert. I am not a professional. I have to frog and undo just like the rest of you. It sometimes goes really well, or sometimes not so much. And even though it is a fairly simple granny square, I have caught myself out, especially when I switch from the double crochets to the half double. That catches me out sometimes. But it's all good. I love the fact that I don't edit my videos. I am in the minority in that category. I know that there are lots of podcasters and content creators out there that do edit, and all power to them. I absolutely love some of the effects that they put into their videos. I love that they can then scale back and delete some of the stuff, especially if a mistake was made, or maybe you accidentally cursed, or I don't know, a topic of conversation came up that they don't actually want to air. Whatever it is, I truly appreciate it. Some of them have special effects and music and voiceovers, and they can put pictures of things right, like just pop up right there. Um, they can put links for other videos within a video. It is absolutely amazing. And I think if I had the time to sit and look into it, I would be more than capable of doing it. It's just I do not have the time. And quite honestly, the inclination, it doesn't interest me. I don't get excited over the technological side of things. I like to keep it really raw, really bare basics, and that means that all of my mistakes are forever encapsulated in these videos. And I have had many a comment at the fact that they love, or lots of you watching love the fact that I don't edit. It's all real, all genuine. Now, I'm not saying those that do edit aren't real or genuine. Of course they are. They're more polished. There's nothing polished about Manfa, I'm afraid. I just don't have the time or the want for all of the fancy, you know, sound effects or lights or confetti bursting on the screen, or no. If I had to edit every video as well, I just would not be able to do as much content as what I do. So I stick to bare basics, just put out as much content as I can and hope for the best, really, guys. There may be a time in my life where I do have the time and the inclination to do all of the editing and the special stuff, but it's set me okay for the last 2.5 years. I think we're doing all right. So there we have it. So I was actually feeling a little bit stressed before I came on to film this. But now that I've got my hook and my yarn in my hands, the stress just melts away. Does that happen for you guys? Honestly, my crochet is my mindfulness, is my self-care, is my me time. It's the only time where my hands are being kept busy, but my mind is quiet. I'm not worrying about the million and one things on my to-do list. I'm not worried about where each child is, where they need to go, what time they need picking up, you know, what we're cooking for dinner, all the million and one things that go through our minds. When I pick up a hook and yarn, it all just melts away, and I am just watching my hands make something beautiful that makes me happy. So honestly, this crochet is my self-care, or one form of my self-care. I don't do a lot else for self-care, to be fair. I do watch a lot of YouTube. I watch, a lot of other crochet podcasters. And I am really, really obsessed with true crime as well. Um, don't worry, I'm not one of those weird psycho people that have got, murderous tendencies in me. Not at all. I am just morbidly fascinated with crimes that are committed and what basically drives these people to do the most heinous and disturbed of things. I've always been fascinated with the brain and how it works. Always wanted to get into the field of psychology. It never has happened for me yet. Never say never, but I doubt it now. I'm fast approaching 40. Well, I'm 37, nearly 38, but closer to 40 than not. And I just don't have the funds or the means to go back to school. So it's probably not going to happen for me. So because I have that morbid fascination and because I love the psychology of it all, I am rather addicted to true crime. One person in particular is a lovely lady here in the UK. I find her videos next level. She really does do deep dives. She is psychology trained, psychology based. She really does do good quality research before she puts out her videos. And she has a much deeper level of understanding of some of these things than your average person. And don't get me wrong, there are some awesome true crime podcasters out there, but they just don't seem to deep dive as much as this lady. And I am, of course, talking about Emma Kenny. If you do not know Emma Kenny and you do like true crime, I really do suggest that you go and check her out, because honestly, it blows my mind. And she's just awesome. Like I said, she does massive deep dives, really good quality, detailed research. She has the professional education and understanding of psychology and mental illness and stuff like that. Honestly, guys, she is phenomenal. So if you want someone new to watch and you love UK accents, then go and check Emma out. She is fabulous. Um, in fact, I might link her in the description. She's probably got no interest in crochet whatsoever. And that's fine. She'll probably be like, why is a craft channel tagging me? Well, Emma, if you ever do watch this, just know that I absolutely love your channel, and I wish that I had had the career that you have had, because you are just something amazing. You are a beautiful light in this world, and you really do tell these stories with such passion, conviction, um, fairness, and you always honour the victims in such a beautiful way as well. So yeah, sorry, side note, little personal message to Emma Kenny there. I do apologise, guys, but credit where credit's due. She's bloody amazing. So I have been binge watching a lot of Emma Kenny lately, and also my other yarny crafty channels as well. Let me know, guys, what have you guys been watching? I don't think I've ever asked that question, or if I have, it's been a long time since I've asked you. Do you just mainly watch YouTube? Do you put movies on? Do you watch box sets? Are you Netflix lovers? And I know you guys across the pond have different streaming services as well. We don't have things like Hulu or some of the others I've heard people talk about. I have Netflix, I have Disney Plus, and I have Prime TV and Sky as well. But to be honest with you, my television pretty much sits in the corner of the room gathering dust. It is hardly ever on now that I'm constantly traversing the YouTube streets. And Mike is a big YouTube fan as well, so he's watching his YouTubes, I'm watching my YouTubes. The telly only ever gets put on if my dad's here for the day, if I've got people come in to do work at the house, or if we're having family movie night. Apart from that, or someone's plugged their Xbox into the downstairs telly for some reason. That is the only time that telly is on nowadays. Sad but true. Okay, guys, so I am already on the final round of the yellow, but we still have 2 more to do. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, that was a tough stitch to get into. Never mind. Did it? Okay, so number 1 is nearly done, and I've already been on for 20 minutes. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be a long one. So yeah, what box sets have you been watching lately? Any good series out there that you can recommend so that I can have the odd little break from YouTube? We have watched a lot of Netflix series in the past, but I'm always open to recommendations. Have you seen any good movies lately? Honestly, guys, just anything that you have really enjoyed for viewing entertainment. I would really appreciate your recommendations and suggestions. What else? What else? What else? See, I'm going to struggle with what to talk to you all about. We have had mixed weather. We've had like a couple of dry days, then a few wet days, then some scorching hot days, then back to wet days. The nights are drawing in because the days are getting shorter, so autumn and winter are on the way. Summer was very short-lived and we didn't have an awful lot of summer this year. I don't like the extreme heat anyway, and I don't like cold either. Um, and I don't like rain, so I don't know why I even live in the UK, to be honest. But yeah, summer's on the way out, winter's coming in. Um, so yeah, the children are nearly getting ready to go back to school. They go back beginning of September-ish. So over the next week or so, I will be looking at getting their uniform that they need, because here in the UK, a lot of schools have its own uniform. You don't get to wear your own clothes, which is good in one respect because they look the same. Also, for parents that are on a low income, for example, they don't have to spend out huge amounts on the latest fashions and things. There's no pressure on kids to be fashionable. You're all just wearing your school uniform. But uniform is still quite expensive. So yeah, it's a bit of a double-edged sword, that one. I know that there are lots of debates on school uniforms. I personally am all for them, but I do know that there are others out there that do not like the fact that we have uniforms. And that's okay. We can be different. We can have a differing opinion. But yeah, I'm going to have to get all their uniforms sorted for them, and, all their back to school supplies soon. The summer went super fast. But yeah, need to get back into our regular routine. Although I say that, I'm still not back to any kind of routine because I still have no idea what's going on with my job. In fact, the week that this episode is coming out, I've had a bit of a mixed week. Tuesday, I've been working from home, doing some online training and stuff. Wednesday, I had to go to headquarters, which is 2.5 mile drive there, and then a 2.5 mile drive back. So here we go, guys. Here is this one. Yellow is all done and dusted, which is awesome. Okay, now we're going to go on to the lavender. So yeah, Wednesday I have to go to headquarters. I'm filming this before you're even seeing this, but yeah, Wednesday I have to go to headquarters and work with one of the higher management ladies, which I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but should be an interesting day. Long drive there and a long drive back though, so not looking forward to that. By the time you're seeing this, it would have already been and gone. And then the day that you're watching this, I actually have to go back to the prison that has closed to sort out some paperwork and bits and pieces like that. And then Friday, I will be working from home doing online training and stuff again. And the reason why I didn't mention Monday is because here in the UK, it was a bank holiday. And when it's a bank holiday, most people close for the day. So yes, had a day off on Monday. Don't know what we did because it hasn't happened yet. Bear with me a sec, guys. I'm getting a message from one of my kiddos. Okay, sorted. So yeah, getting ready for back to school. My work is still all over the place. I wasn't successful in getting the other job that I applied for, but that's okay. You win some, you lose some. I'll keep my eye out for any other jobs going. Still have no idea what they plan to do with me long term with the prison, because technically I'm still employed by them even though it's shut. Yeah, it's just all a little bit weird. All a little bit weird. I'm getting really hot under this ring light. It's amazing how much heat they produce. Right, okay, so I've done my first round in the lavender. Let's get going. Pull that magic ring shut. And let's get cracking. Although I think I've split my arm. Let's redo that. Oh, goodness. Fumble, fumble, fumble. What is going on? There we go. That's better. That's better. Right, now let's get going. Okay. I suppose another bit of news is that my eldest got his exam results. Bit of a mixed bag there, but nothing that's going to stop him from doing what he wants. He is actually going to start his little, I don't really know what to call it. He's going to something called Skills Group starting at the beginning of September. There is some college time where he will be able to resit any exams that he didn't pass, and he will also be learning about the construction industry. And then when he has done all the classroom based stuff for construction, he will hopefully, if he does well, he will be offered a paid apprenticeship, which means that he will actually be going out onto construction sites, putting into place what he's learned in the classroom. And again, if he and getting paid for it, he'll obviously be shadowed by, proper professionals, proper qualified people. And then after he's done his apprenticeship for however long that it needs to be, hopefully he will be offered a full-time job at the end of it. So he's going to be doing groundworks, and what that means is it is digging foundations for buildings, digging up roads, laying patios, anything to do with the ground, basically. Yeah, so he might even be, digging up roads and pathways to lay sewage pipes. I really don't know until he gets started. And if he enjoys it, it could be a career option for him. We're always going to need people to, dig up roads to build houses dig up land to build houses and dig up roads for electrical cables and plumbing and sewerage and stuff. So it is a very, honourable trade that he's going to try and get into. Now, just academia is just not for him. He is not the type of person that wants to be studying and getting A levels and degrees and go to university and get, really high paid, high power jobs in that respect. It just really doesn't do it for him. School, he just wasn't suited to school, and he just wants to be out there grafting hard, earning money, putting food on the table, paying his bills, being independent. Um, and that is absolutely okay with me, as long as he is happy, as long as he is contributing to society in a decent way, as long as he is, he has a good work ethic and he's staying on the right side of the law and that he can start providing for himself, then I really don't mind how he does it. He does not have to go to university and be a brain surgeon. It is absolutely fine. I am just as proud of him for taking that route as if he had gone to college and then university. So yeah, I think he will be all right. I think he will find his way. So yeah, that's what's been happening with my eldest, and what will be happening with him. What else is there to talk to you about? Haven't really done a lot, guys. To be honest with you, working from home, I don't really have any work to do at home because I can't get onto the really secure databases and stuff to be able to do my job. So I've basically been being paid to sit and crochet all day. Don't tell them. Which is fabulous in one way, but in another way, it's a bit, I would like to be able to do my job too. I did enjoy my job. But yeah, I've just been crocheting up a storm here lately. It's given me way more crafting time, which I cannot moan about at all. But yeah, I managed to get the Impkins done. I managed to get quite a lot done on my magazine makes segment. Just a little tidbit of information for you. I'm almost done with the cat's meow, and we haven't even got to the end of August yet, so check me out. What else have I been doing? Charity hearts, I've been able to make a few of those. Yeah, my fairy dust, I gave you an update on my fairy dust. I managed to complete the first section of that. So yeah, all this extra crafty time means that I'm able to get quite a bit of progress on quite a lot of my makes that I'm doing for particular segments on my channel. So there are bonuses to it, but I hate to say it, it's getting a little dull. I never thought I would say that about my crochet, but I like to mix my day up a little bit. Plus, I'm getting a bit of a numb bum, not gonna lie to you, being sat on my butt all day, or for the larger part of the day. It's getting a little bit numb, guys, not gonna lie to you. But yeah, all joking aside, it has meant that I have got loads done in my crafting world. Also, being at home, it means that I've kind of kept on top of laundry and some of the other chores around the house. So that's not too shabby either. That's pretty good. Yeah, so a little bit of a mixed bag, really. The week coming up, the boys are actually spending the week at their dad's, and Mike's little girl is at her grandparents' for the week. So I am going to be home by myself the days that I am home. No, I'm fibbing to you. Not the week coming up. This week of this video. It's because I'm filming in advance. I'm actually filming on On Friday the 23rd, I'm filming all of next week's videos. So this week that you're watching, all the kiddos will have been elsewhere. Mike's obviously going to be at his work, so it would have been quite a quiet house this week. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm now on to the half double crochet round on the second one. Half double, Sam, half double. Sorry guys, I have to remind myself because I just instantly keep going with the traditional granny of doubles. But yeah, I'm almost done with the cat's meow. Cannot wait to get that off my hook. It's not a favourite of mine, guys. Sorry, Lala and Jan, but oof, I have not enjoyed that one. But it's another blanket for Boggy Creek. The kids will absolutely love it. And it meant that I supported Lala and Jan too. So yeah, I am really running out of stuff to talk about though, because not a lot goes on in Manfa's world. You see most of the crafting side of it. Oh dear. So what's coming up for this weekend? Well, this weekend you need to come here because Saturday we've got to do our 5th Impkin vote. So if you're not aware, myself and Amanda, Obsessive Crochet Lady, have a year-long collaboration going with the Impkins. That's a book by Megan Lapp, or Crafty Intentions. We are making an Impkin over 2 months. We have just finished Impkin number 4. That was yesterday's video, I believe. And you need to, if you want to be involved, you can come to my live on Saturday, my usual live time, and you can vote for the body parts that we use to make Impkin number 5. So that's going to be fun on Saturday. That's the 31st of August. So yeah, you need to head over for that. What else is going on? My littlest boy Max has a soccer match on Saturday, so Mike will be taking him to that, and hopefully his team wins. My eldest has a soccer match on Saturday as well. That's just up the road, and I hope he wins. And then on the Sunday, we're going to be going round to my parents because they are going to do a lovely roast lamb dinner, and we are going to have an early celebration for my dad's birthday because it's not actually until the following weekend, but my boys will be at their dad's. Right, so I'm getting myself all confused. Yes, that's right. This weekend. No, it will have already happened. I'm talking about last weekend. Yeah, it's happening in 2 days' time, Manfa. So last weekend, it's still to happen for me, but just for the purposes of this is what happens when you film in advance and you schedule out, guys. You can't keep time frames straight. I do apologise, but it's the only way that I can do it. Yeah, we will have celebrated my dad's birthday, and the soccer matches would have already happened last weekend. So ignore me. What's happening this weekend after you've watched this video, I have no clue. I'm not that far in the future yet. I don't know. Right, I'm on my single crochet round, so square number 2 is almost completed. Once again, guys, I want to thank those of you that are joining in. I know that you don't have the same bag of bonbons, and this isn't a crochet along or a make along, but as usual, some of you gorgeous lovelies really like this idea. and have jumped on board, and you are making squares along with me as well. Some of you are just using up scraps that you've got, and you're trying to match the colours as closely to what Max picks as you can. The lovely Jules from Jules Crafts, she is making a square, or however many squares that I make on a Thursday, but she's picking a colour that reminds her of a video that she was watching while making them, which is absolutely wonderful. Some of you are just always in the habit of making granny squares, so you just sit and make your granny squares with me, which is absolutely fabulous. Yeah, so it's turned into a kind of sorta another organic crochet along or make along, because I never expected any of you to do it with me. This is just something I'm doing myself. But the fact that some of you gorgeous lot are doing it as well is wonderful, makes me very happy, makes me smile. And I know that you are getting a lot of joy out of doing it as well. Nice to know that I'm not on my own with being crazy and making more squares after the whole tile of the week thing. But yeah, it's just a nice, simple, fun thing to do together with you. I mean, even if you're crocheting on something completely different, it doesn't matter. We're just crocheting and chatting together, aren't we, eh? So, yes, thank you so much. You can see that I'm making them live in real time. You know that I'm not just making it up. I am actually doing it. Oh no, here comes Yarn Chicken again, guys. Don't believe it. Oh, it's not going to work. I'm going to have to pull them out and do those tighter. Oh, good gravy. See, I can't have one episode of this segment without things going slightly skew with. Right. Let's do a much tighter tension on this side, because I need to get to the corner. And this is where I go quiet again, because I'm trying to concentrate. The pressure is on. Oh, am I gonna make it? I don't know if I will. Oh, it's gonna be so close. I've got like 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches and 2 chains, and I've got very little yarn left. No, I'm gonna have to frog back a little bit further. Bear with me, guys. This is now going to make the video longer again. Oh my goodness gracious. So yes, if you're not making squares with me right now, let me know. What are you working on? Put it down in the comments. I always love hearing what projects you guys are doing, because it gives me stuff to look up. It gives me more inspiration. I sometimes add some of the things to my want to do list, which is as long as the equator 5 times round at this point. Yeah, I just want to know. I'm so nosy. Can't help it. Okay, please just get to the corner, because I've got a whole other square to make. Please, 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 please. See what I mean about some of these bonbons being less than others? Oh, can I do it? Can I do it? so tight. Oh, come on. No, don't lose it now. Come on, one more chain and a slip stitch. Come on, Manfa. Are you cheering me on? Oh my gosh. That was so close. Look, that's all I had. Okay, now I'm sweating. Oh, the pressure is on. There we go. That is the lavender one, only just about made. Right, bear with me a tick. I'm going to have a quick drink. I don't very often have fizzy pop, but I needed some today. I apologise if it makes me a little bit burpy as well. Right, let me just make sure that I haven't missed anything important while I've been chatting with you guys. No, it doesn't look like it. Right, the third and final one for today. Come on, Manfa, let's get it done. These people have got other people to go and watch and other more important things to be doing with their day than sitting with you. Okay, oh. Nope. Okay. Let's get this first round going. Okie dokies. Sorry guys, I've had to sit up a bit higher because my back was hurting, but you can still see what I'm doing, so it's okay. You don't need to see the whole of my head. It's all right, it's all right. Okay, so yeah, where were we? Oh yeah, telling me what crochet or knitting or crafty projects you guys are in the middle of, what you're working on. I know it's not Wednesday, but it doesn't matter. Always interested to know. Okay, is that round number 1 done? I think it is. Yep. Okay, pull that magic ring closed. Oh, we're getting a right nice little stack now, guys. Now, I don't know that I'm going to keep the squares in colour order. I don't think I am. Because if I do cover the Duke gift bags in the squares, I'm going to want to mix the squares up a little bit. So I don't think it's important that I keep them in colour order. I might do just for a little bit, just so that when I do a recap of, you know, like I did at the beginning where I said week 1 we had this and week 1, 2 we had that. I might do it for those purposes, but when it actually comes up to turning the squares into something, I don't think I'll keep them in colour order. I don't think it's important for the end result. I think what's nicer is that I have, I have beautiful gifts to gift people with. So now I have had my brain prickling a little bit with, you need to start thinking about Christmas. It's going to be upon you before you know it. And I just cannot get my brain into gear to think about it. It just feels too early. But every year I say that I'm going to, start earlier and take some of the stress out of it and maybe buy presents throughout the year to spread the cost and again alleviate the stress so it's not all last minute. I haven't done it again, guys. I haven't got one thing sorted for Christmas, even though every year I vow that I'm going to do it differently. I never do. I always think, oh, I've got loads of time. And then just creeps up on me, and I'm like, oh no, I'm running out of time. What am I going to do? And it's just a mad, chaotic rush. I do it to myself every year. So, but Christmas is my absolute favourite time of the year, guys. It really is. I love it to absolute bits and pieces. So have you guys started thinking about Christmas, both in a crafting capacity and just as a gifting um, capacity? Are you allowing to think of that dreaded C word? Most of you don't like talking about Christmas. I love it. I could have Christmas all year round. I really could. Oh my goodness, I really am sweating after that yarn chicken. I do apologise. It's because I've got all of you watching me. That's why. Yeah, no, I really need to start getting it on my radar. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get school uniform shopping out of the way, and then it is seriously going to be let's hunker down and get Christmas sorted. Because, yeah, it's fast approaching. I mean, before Christmas, I've got several birthdays, including my eldest boy. My eldest boy is going to be 17. So we're going to probably have to start looking into driving lessons and things for him. They're bloody expensive as well, like ridiculously expensive. So we'll have to sort something for that as well. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Let's get this pink one done. Sorry, I went into concentration mode then. I do apologise. I hope my camera's still... Yeah, my camera's still recording. That's fine. Okay, how many have I done? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh dear. So yeah, get the back to school stuff sorted and then start thinking about Christmas, I think. I don't know if I'm going to be crafting anything for Christmas. There's not a lot of my close family and friends that are big into my crochet. I might do something for my nephews. Oh, I forgot to tell you that Oscar the saber-toothed tiger that I made for my nephew, it went down so well. He was so over the moon with it. He was pleased as punch. I can't show you photos because I don't have permission to show him on the internet, but honestly, I have a couple of photos where he is just absolutely beaming. He renamed Oscar and he renamed him Fluffy, which is quite ironic because I did not use fluffy yarn, but that's okay. It's his saber-toothed tiger. The day that I gave it to him, he gave it a massive squidge, and when I saw him the day after as well, he told me that he had slept with him and that he's going to sleep with him every night that he's at Daddy's, because Fluffy's going to stay at Daddy's house. So Daddy will look after Fluffy while he's at Mummy's. But then when he comes to stay with Daddy, he will have Fluffy with him every night. And that just melted my heart. I'm like, well, then it was worth every single stitch. You are definitely crochet worthy. And yeah, it made me so happy that it went down so well, because he's one of those kids where he's only interested in something for 5 minutes, it seems like, and then he moves on to the next thing. So I was a little bit worried that I would have gone to all that effort of making it, him love on it for 5 minutes and then it be forgotten forever. But actually he really connected with it and loved it way more than I thought he would. So that made Auntie Sam so super happy. Yeah, so I might do something for the nephews for Christmas. It just depends how my crafting time goes, how much I get done, because I still have loads of whips on the hooks. I don't really want to be starting loads of new things to add to the whips. I I probably will. Who am I kidding? But I want to try and get a few of these things off my hooks first, ideally. Right, now we are on to half doubles. Half doubles, Sam, half doubles. Okay, half doubles. Right, I think I'm in the swing of half doubles now, yeah. Okay, dokies. So, what did you think of Max's colour choices this week? I thought they were really bright, fun, and I really like them. But 3, the little monkey. You wait till I see him later. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I just thank him for doing it for me. And I just let him know that I need Gutt to be filled by a certain day because I have to obviously pre-record and schedule my videos. So I say, can you feed Gutt by Saturday? And he'd be like, yeah, all right, mum. And then he does it at whatever point I'm not in the room and I'm nowhere to be found. And I have never caught him in the act so far. I've never ruined the surprise for myself, and I don't want to. I really like the fact that it's Max's choice. I'm just making the things with his choices. I love a surprise, I do. So yes, we are getting closer and closer to finishing this one. Just hope I don't have to play Yarn Chicken again. Da-da-da. Sorry guys, I went quiet. I forgot that you were with me. I do apologise. I went into my crochet zone then. I do apologise. Sam, how rude. But that's what I'm like when I crochet off camera. I'm really quiet. I'm just concentrating on what my hands are doing. And I forget about everything else. So I'm sorry I forgot you were there for a second. I do apologise. How rude of me. Okay, so I'm just finishing up the half double crochet round. So I don't know why that one's always such a bugger to get into. Okay. Now we are on the single crochet round. Can I make it around without playing Yarn Chicken? I did it all right with the yellow one. Oh, come on, get in there. Thank you. All right, here goes nothing. Oh, I'm keeping all the little ball bands in the bag with the bonbons so that once we're done, I will know exactly how many bonbons we have used, although I would know that by the squares anyway. But anyway, I'm putting them back in the bag with the bonbons, and then eventually they will go into my pouch that I keep all of my used ball bands in for the year, and they will all qualify to go towards the end of year total. Whoop, whoop. Now these don't count towards stash down though, because I got these in 2024. So I can't include them in that, but I can have the yarn bands for my yearly total to find out how many yards, well, how many labels I used and how many yards I used for the year. I love doing that video. I love it. It just blows my mind how much yarn you can get through. And when you go back through the labels, you realise, Oh yeah, I forgot I used that yarn. That was lovely yarn to work with, etc. So, and you go back, you think, oh yeah, I used that to make this, and I used that to make this, and I just love making that video. It's one of my favourite videos to make. Okay, I nearly had a panic. I thought I was playing Yarn Chicken already. I'm not. Not yet, but don't speak too soon, Manfa. You've got to get all the way around. Okie dokie. Let's do this. Let's do this. Come on. Still got a whole other side to go, I think. Yeah, I do. I think we're going to be absolutely fine. Yay, there's not going to be Yarn Chicken this time. Woohoo! Happy days, happy days. Yep. We are all good. No stress to end on. Happy, happy, happy. Although we have been going for over an hour now, I do apologise. Blame Max, he picked 3. He picked 3. There we go. Oh, no, I missed a loop. Can't be having that. Thank you. And that, folks, is that. Yeah, look, see, I had loads of this pink left. It's just craziness. There we go, the third and final square for today. So, here they are all together. We have just made these 3 squares all together in today's video. Now, I really enjoyed my time with you. I hope I didn't bore you too much, and I hope I wasn't too waffly or too random for you. It's just really, really hard having a one-way conversation, because normally if you were all sat in the room with me over a cup of tea, we would be bouncing off each other with different conversation, but it is literally just me in a room by myself and a camera. So I do find it extremely hard to think about all the different ways of or all the different conversations to have with you and to fill the time. But I managed it. Yay, go me. Even if it was a bit waffly and boring. So yes, it's a Thursday. So like I said, please do come back Saturday to help us with our 5th Impkin Live. I really would appreciate it. So will Amanda. It's always a lot of fun and I enjoy doing my lives as well. Other than that, I don't know what else is happening for the weekend. So if that's the only time I see you, then I hope you all have a fabulous weekend to come. There will, of course, be content all next week. I don't know what that is yet, but I always do try and do the 4 videos a week for you all. And if anything crops up, I will let you know. But until I see you again, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye, guys. Love you loads.